I got it.
Oh, it's a two-handed ring blade, though. Eh, nice, but what's that? So, oh, it might be on the rampart. Because I'm not leaving loot behind ever, or at least I'm gonna, or at least I try to. I try not to leave loot behind. Damn. I don't even need to rest. I haven't used any of my rest abilities. Well, we get on in, and boom. Oh, no. I've been waiting a long time to finish what we started, Regent. You sat with your cowardice and shame long enough, haven't you? If you peg me for death, I'll make it painless. Or beg me for death. And hear this favor go on about the honor and glory of war. They're just principled butchers like the rest of us. I don't deny that we take satisfaction from our work, but it's never anything but that. Work. If you want to see me on my knees, you'll have to prop up my corpse for the delight of your inbred cohorts, but don't speak to me of cowardice and bravery. The disfavored needed Kairos' arcana to prevail in the end. I'm sure that an army of lice-bitten rats could have succeeded with those odds on their side. You took a legion hostage and didn't have the nerve to meet us on the field of battle. Coward. I will earn Ash's favor when I bring him your head, and no one in Stalwart will weep for your demise. Something in the Regent's demeanor shifts as he catches your eye. So the Fatebinder joins the fray. You must not like your odds if you brought so much backup. Your timing is impeccable, Fatebinder. Let's put down this sick dog together. I don't believe we've been introduced. Commander Demetrius at your service. Ash sent me to help you tidy up. What say we stack up the benches and lock the door on this campaign once and for all? Was the plan to end the edict that you two palaver until I die of old age? Was the plan? Surrender Amalia and we will show mercy to your soldiers, but no mercy to you, Regent. I'm finished compromising with you Imperial dogs. If you want to keep so badly, come and take it from me. I have more than a few years under my belt, but I've spent most of them training for this day. You must have really closed you into a corner, Regent. I've never seen you bare your fangs like this. Good. I need a challenge today.
Heads up, we have company.
Let's have it then. I'd have it no other way.
Okay, well, guess we're doing it like this. Boom! Actually, no. A boom!
Good work.
Damn thing.
That's right. Get a little closer. Do your thing. Do your thing. Click on her. Thank you. You already blur yourself? No, you haven't.
As you command. This weapon is entirely worthless.
Okay, there's that. Buff yourself.
Damn thing couldn't pierce his wall.
All right, try and put everyone on the ground. All right, you buffed yourself. Now go for a good old explosion.
This weapon
Now, go for one of these. Boom.
is entirely worthless.
And Barrett, now go
Give
for
them
this.
something to remember.
Followed by one of these.
This isn't working.
This weapon is entirely
Good work.
Let's give them something to remember.
Nice.
Will do.
Here we go. You're blinded, right? Minus 30 accuracy. Oh, God. Stick away from skills for a while. Okay, boom. Yeah, I've been leaving you alone for a little while. That's Rhyme Spike, Electric Volt, and Blurg.
This weapon is useless.
All right, so go ahead and
Will do.
pierce him.
Damn thing couldn't pierce his wall.
Bleeding. Surrendered.
This weapon is useless.
Oh, well. That's neat.
Fuck is wrong with my weapon?
Time to change weapons.
Poison him, please.
I think my wisdom is finally catching up to my age.
Is it? Nice, poisoned. And piercing.
The fuck is wrong?
Nice. All right. The regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. By the way. The regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. If only I had the breath to spend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. What a moment to witness. The last of the stalwart defenders shattering under the disfavored boot. Dimitri beams with pride and rears back to kick Harridan in the head, but stops himself. I'll give you the honors. Let's kill this wretch and put an end to the edict at last. What? Wait a minute. One of Stairs' soldiers moves between you and Harridan, tearing off her helmet. I won't let you do this. What? Amalia, is that you? Demetrius's weapon nearly falls from his hand as he salutes. I hardly recognize. Why are you fighting with the regent's personal guard? Raven Ash protects. Those are words I don't hear often anymore. If you come in my father's service, then prepare to be disappointed. I'm not the northern warlord I once was. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. We were wrong. Kairos led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but don't you see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right? Malia, you don't have to say anything further. You were a prisoner. What happened? This is no time for a story, not while we have our blades pointed at each other. If any of us survives this, which I suspect isn't likely, I'll tell you everything, but right now, you need to stand down and back away from the Regent. Why are you fighting for the Stalwart? The Stalwart has a fighting chance at winning back their independence because we invaded this realm on the mad whims of a tyrant because of many reasons. The Regent is beaten. The keep is ours. Will you cooperate? Never. I know what atrocities you and the rest of Tunon's ilk are capable of visiting upon us. I know what my father does to traitors and deserters. My father. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of Amalia. Please be silent. It's over. You understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. He turns to you with a resolved expression, and you know he's almost lost too much blood to maintain it. I am the last of the Regents. If you mean to end the Edict of Storms, then I accept my fate. I'm sorry, Regent. This has to happen. For Ashen in the north, it's time to strike back at these southern Ingrids. Before you can take action, you catch Amalia begin to raise her weapon from the corner of your eye. Amalia, stop. You have to keep your promise, remember? The focused, determined air about Amalia falls to resignation. She delivers a curt nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on her way out. Amalia disappears into the other room, unwilling to watch what you're about to unfold. Kill the Regent, Fatefinder. Let's put this shameful chapter of the conquest behind us, along with the Edict of Storms. You should be proud, Regent. In death, you'll accomplish more than you ever did in life. You'll excuse me if I disagree, you northern pig. Stratus looks up at you with hope and pain as his eyes. So falls the last enemy of Stalwart. Goodbye, Regent. You take up a fallen sword from the floor and drive it through Stratus Harridan's heart, killing him instantly. What's this with Amalia? Stratus' body falls to the ground, and you watch the blood pool onto the floor in silence. There is a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the second passes, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experienced in Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict endures. Oh no, oh. The last of the Regents is dead, and yet Kairos' storm continues. What could we have possibly missed? From across the hall, you will hear a faint cry, a baby's cry, and realization dawns on you. Oh. Oh.
Interesting. Will do.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Blocking the doorway, Amalia regards you with eyes that brim with tears, yet blaze with the hints of her father's grim resolve. She has armored herself in disfavored remnant to face you down. Stay away from my daughter. You will not have her. Your daughter is the regent heir? Now that you've killed Stratus Harridan, she is. She has nothing to do with Kairos or the edict. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. How is this possible? You need to draw it out for you because there are a few ways it can happen, and people get confused about these things. First, anyways, my union was Stratus the Younger. He showed me kindness behind these walls and taught me about Stalwart and the tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the 3rd year of the conquest. This favored spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend. He never rose again. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected that the bloodline would implicate my baby in Kairos' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. Don't ask me to interpret the Overlord's heartless design. I have no love for this edict. If that's what you're asking, it's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of their culture, and ruined countless lives. But I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and I, we can help put it together. What a naive notion. I had thought better of you, but this shows nothing but contempt for all the disfavored accomplished, for all that the disfavored accomplished and sacrificed in the conquest. The regent remained in sentinel stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. Wow. This just got... Oh boy. My daughter will not be another victim of Kairos' conquest. She has the blood of the north coursing through her veins, and no one has the right to take her life. Calm yourself, Amalia. There must be another way. Another way? Amalia turned her back on the Legion. The general has no place for the disloyal, no matter whose blood flows in their veins. All the same, if you can guarantee my daughter's life, I will return to Ash and submit to his judgment, harsh as it may be. But that still leaves us with the matter of the edict. What could we possibly do about the Edict of Storms? Regent blood flows through my daughter's veins. Abdicate your line as Regent Mother. You have the authority. You must merely say the words. Oh, quite right. Lantry licks the tip of his quill and he flips his parchment, and since the Regent Mother isn't of Stalwart and can't actually sit as Regent, that should, I hope, terminate the line. I ought not to show preference for how this part of the chronicle unfolds, but, I'd rather title this chapter Legal Remedy, that infant regicide, if given the choice. Hope reflects in her expression for the first time. Is it truly as simple as that? A clerical formality to spare an innocent life? If this works, I'll owe you more than I can possibly repay. Here. The edict damaged this trinket, but you might still find it useful. I, Amalia, formally adjudicate my daughter's claim to the regency of Stalwart. Dissolving all ties, compacts, vassals, and holdings, we forfeit all protections and advantages given by the ancient bloodline. Was that enough? I think we're about to find out. Be warned, if this doesn't help you, nothing can. You feel a familiar sensation, the air growing hot and electric before suddenly erupting in overwhelming waves of energy. At first, you think the force of arcane power dissipates is enough to carve the skin from your bones, a sensation you attribute to the Edict of Storms, but it cools just as quickly. The winds buffeting the keep have abated. Outside, an eerie silence prevails the air, a stillness that hasn't visited Stalwart for a long time. You have gained favor with Unbroken. You can hear the very symbols that brought the Edict of Storms into being, each syllable proclaiming itself from a newfound corner of your mind. It would seem the Edict is now a part of you? What? Thank goodness it worked. You spared my daughter, and here I had come to expect nothing but cruelty from the servants of Kairos. Now we have a chance at what might never have been, a life outside of these walls. My father can be severe and uncompromising, but I'll return to Iron Hearth and his protection, at least while the conflict persists. Hopefully he isn't so consumed by war that I can't still appeal to him as a man and father. I always appreciated them more than the Archon. I regret none of the decisions I made to get here. We'll disagree on that much, but my daughter will be safe. The stalemate between the Unbroken and the Disfavored is at an end. A victory that can't be measured in rings. Thank you, Fate Minder. I will remain at Sentinel Stand to secure this location and send word to Ash of your excellent work. Oh, nice. Ow. Huh. Requires a human voice to complete the casting, thus the Overlord has... When people like you proclaim edicts cast far from the Imperial throne. Kairos magic, but the human voice is the final carrier or trigger to complete the magical phenomenon. And here's what's most fascinating. At least as far as you're concerned, there have been dozens of mortal agents who have been made to proclaim edicts. 2/3 of them die within a decade, and many have reports of lingering mystic scars from the ordeal. There have also been a handful to dissolve or break an edict. These until and unless clauses get fulfilled from time to time, and we see a similar pattern in history. Those who resolve an edict often live short lives, and many speak of arcane side effects of the shattered edicts. Here's where you're unique. To the best of my to the best of my fact-finding, you are the first to proclaim and break the exact same edict. Whatever mystical power is involved in the creation and destruction of such magics, you're the first to stand at the terminus of both. Now that I know the spires can be awoken, it makes sense that if anything can or would wake them from slumber, a shattered edict seems the likely culprit. House has other edicts in place throughout the tiers. If you truly wish to learn more, perhaps you should take it upon yourself to shatter those edicts. After all, if Kairos did not wish for the edicts to be broken, why include a termination clause? Let's go about the spires. Wow. Damn. With Sentinel's stand now under disfavored control, return to Ironheart to discuss your next move with the Graven Ash. Has been meticulously cleaned while other objects in the hall have traces of dust and metallic powder on them. None of it is found here. Oh, I'm glad I got so much lore. Like, how much lore do I have right now? I have lore, 70 lore. Oh, man. Can I find somebody to increase my lore more? That would be great. Yeah, I was not gonna kill a child. The keep is safe in our hands. Repairs are already underway. Ash will want to hear about what we've accomplished here. I'll hang back and oversee repairs of the defenses. Wow. This has been a crazy one. That was, ooh. Man, why did the game have to throw a child in this like that? I'm so happy I had enough lore to do that. I am so happy I had enough lore. Anyways, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and make a hard save here. All right.